Hey guys, Handicap Kid here. Alright, if you haven't seen my game review video of Mortal Kombat 11 yet, go ahead and go check that out, alright? This is not a review of the game. This is going to be a short, quick thing of the political stuff I've heard, saw, and noticed in Mortal Kombat 11. The wokeness of it, if you will. I hate that word so much. To start off with the controversy that I first heard, that was the costumes of the female characters. Now, we're going to go through this real fast. First off, I don't give a crap about if a female character is in a bikini top or whatever. All right, I don't care. All right, the gameplay and stuff is what's more important to me. However, if you're going to claim stuff like, well, you wouldn't wear a bikini to a fight, then you need to be equal on both sides, in my opinion. You can't do special treatment for one side. The women are not. The scantiest thing that any of the women are in is Katana. She's in a really tight skin suit, which is because of how the story works in this. It is a Katana from the past, so she's kind of in that really tight skin suit that she was in the very first Mortal Kombat. But the graphics are better, so it's just more obviously skin tight than it was back on Sega Genesis and arcade. That's probably the most thing, except for, you know, some of the side characters like Shiva. You don't play as Shiva, at least not at the moment. She's kind of in like a tube top or something, I noticed. At least it looked like it. Some of I forget the race's name, but Baraka's people, they're wearing like tube tops and kind of bikini tops, but they're not fighting. The women aren't. So it's weird. The side characters doing this, but what I don't like is the fight of, well, women wouldn't wear a bikini to fight. Yes, but if I'm fighting someone like Shao Kahn, who's completely topless and wielding a giant hammer with spikes on it, I'm not going to go in shirtless either. I'm not going to go in shirtless and all this other stuff as well, like they have Jax doing and Johnny Cage doing and whatnot, two people with guns and a war and a battle. I'm not going to do that. It's stupid. Neither are men. So if the women are going to be in sensible clothing, the men have to be in sensible clothing. That's something I noticed, and it's the only thing I have to say about the costume thing. I don't care if the girls are in bikinis or whatever. I don't care. Or short skirts. I don't care. All right, because it's a fighting game. It's more about the gameplay. If I want to look at girls in tight clothing stuff, I have Google for that. I have a wife. I can go. It's the internet's infinite. Don't need to do Mortal Kombat to see a girl in something that is shows a lot of skin. All right. Moving on from that, in my video, the review, I called the story lazy. It was lazy for the writing. However, there was something kind of political that I noticed about it. It seemed that 90% of the story focused on the female characters, which is all fine and good. I'm okay with that. I don't care who the hero of the story is, as long as it's a good story. Like I said, the story was kind of lazy. But at the same time, and I might have just been looking for it, it might have just seemed this way because of all the controversy I've heard and read up on, which I usually don't do. It seemed, you start out as Cassie Cage, really long cutscenes, really long, good storytelling. You go in, you start off a fight with, you beat that fight, there's another cutscene, short cutscene, you do another fight, there goes my phone. Another cutscene, and then, sorry, the wife was messaging me. Another cutscene, stuff like that, and then it seemed really long and really emotionally felt with, Sonya Blade and stuff like that. And then soon after that, bam, you do another character, and it's actually, I think, chapter 2, and it's a combined chapter with Kung Lao and Liu Kang, and you get to choose who you use every fight, and it just felt shorter. Two of the most iconic Mortal Kombat characters, and they have like a really short chapter. All right, and then and it was the same with everything. And you go on to Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Their older selves chapter was combined as well, and then you did a Scorpion chapter later on by himself. The only men who had solo chapters were Scorpion, Raiden, and Fire God Liu Kang, which is the very end. Oh, Johnny Cage had one too. However, Johnny Cage's was like 3 fights. You fought Johnny Cage, and then you fought who was it? Salbot, the leader of the Cyberlin Quay, and then you fight Kano. That's pretty much it. So, and it was really fast. It was really short, thing, and then it was just Sonya Blade's chapters seem to be really. All the female chapters seem to be really long and have all the storytelling. One thing I didn't like, the only female character that had a combined chapter at all was Jackie Briggs. You had a combined chapter with Jax, Jax's younger self, and you go through all that chapter, and you can fight as whoever, either one. And at the very end, you don't get a choice. They, an elder god, attacks them, and they decide to use their enemy's weapon against them, the Crown of Time or whatever, and she puts it on, and she goes, and you have to fight as her. You don't get no choice, even though it's the Jackie, no choice at all. So a woman comes to save the day, which, again, I don't care if it's a woman, a heroine, or a hero, don't care. It's just, when you shove it in people's faces, and you basically tell people we don't care, and it's been everywhere lately, not just Mortal Kombat, not just this game, but in the past while, like the Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out last year, or year before last, the hero was a woman, which is great. I love it. It worked because you started out as Iden Verso, and you finished the entire game as her. It was a great story, and here and there you played as Luke and stuff like that. But it was a great story. It went through everything, and it stuck with her. If you're jumping around to all these different characters, you have, in my opinion, you have to have a balanced thing. All right, it's just how it is. All right, it was the same thing in Mortal Kombat 10 a little bit. They were more balanced. Every character seemed to have the same amount of fights, and you went through every character. They all had their own solo chapter. It was good. And then Cassie Cage was the saver of the world, which is fine. It was great. It was real well balanced. I don't care who wins. I don't care. I mean, I care who wins because I'm gonna win. But it was really good, balanced in the play and the storytelling. This one is not. It's very woman in your face. It was very it just seemed very political. All right, and then there's Jax. I have not seen it yet. I've only seen a video by thequartering about it. He got, by the way, I will put a link to that video below, or if I can find it if it's still up, because he got a copyright strike. He's a really good guy. He's really good at his commentary. He's a lot better than I am, by leaps and bounds. He got a copyright strike, a manual copyright strike, saying that he used WB's content. He used 10 seconds of a clip. 10 seconds. Falls within fair use. All right. I use sometimes the whole trailer. I use the whole game, like a whole game trailer, and the entirety of like right before my reviews, movie trailer, everything. None of those have been hit with a copyright strike. But he talked about how Jax's hit Jax's solo tower, story tower, whatever. At the end, he travels back in time, and he says the words, "People about to get woke," and he goes back and he travels back, and then he ends slavery, which noble. He didn't even go into the concepts of Jax kind of being an asshole for doing that, not because he's ending slavery, but because they went through the entire ramifications, through the entire story mode of the game, of if young Jax dies, old Jax dies, if Jax dies, Jackie no longer exists, if Johnny Cage dies or Sonya dies, so they're older selves, but Cassie Cage does no longer exist because younger, these are all the younger ones are basically from Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 and stuff like that. They're the really early versions. So it was just, obviously if you no longer exist, you're done. So he, not even going to the things that they go back in time, he could possibly irreparably change. He might not exist, all this other stuff. Giving up all of his bonds he might have with his friends and people that he fought with. And he's a very outspoken, you don't betray your unit, you don't betray family, very loyal guy. And having him do that was just kind of, made him an asshole. Just for that reason. But, he said people about to get woke. It was a very in-your-face political thing that just didn't need to be there, and in my heritage, my it's just not, I know part of my family, we're German, we're Irish. A lot of people don't, and it's the people trying to rewrite history. There were Irish slaves here in America. All right, there weren't many of them by the time we Civil War and what we talk about slavery, because the heat. If you go to Ireland, it's overcast, it's rainy, it's chilly. It's not hot. The Irish weren't used to heat when they brought them over, and they used them as slaves. Normally, orphan children, they died just by heat exhaustion constantly. We don't talk about that, all right, because that wouldn't fit the narrative of white people bad, because guess what? Most Irish people are white. So it just when I heard that, it irritated me. And like I said, he got a manual copyright strike for that. So you need to please go support his channel if you see this. I will provide a link below. Subscribe to him. All right. Okay. It's just ridiculous that he got a copyright strike for using 10 seconds of footage. It's just okay. It just baffles me because it was a manual strike. All right. If you don't understand, a manual strike means an employee of Warner Brothers Entertainment had to see the video, hit copyright. It wasn't done by an algorithm. It wasn't done by anything like that. It was a manual strike, and it was on Easter Sunday. All right, so it was a Sunday. It was Easter, a holiday, and all this stuff. And then someone went through and manually struck out this video of his, and it was just complete and utter bullcrap. So, like I said, I'll leave a link below to him. Please like and subscribe his stuff. Go check him out. He's really good. He's a lot bigger than me. At the moment of recording this video, I have 88 subscribers, and no one. I'm not going to reach that many people. He can reach more. He's a lot better talking about this than I am. All right, guys, remember to hit that like and subscribe button if this is the first time on your channel. Check out my other videos. This is my only political video I've ever done, and I usually like to keep politics out of things. But I just felt like I had to do a rant on this. Some of the stuff I just saw was just I don't know if I was looking for it, like I said, and I saw what I was looking for, because if you look for monsters, you're going to find monsters. It's just how it is. You look for evil in people, you're going to find the evil in people. And all the stuff I read, all the stuff I've listened to and heard recently, I saw it and playing it. It wasn't there. It's too much for me. Just over the top. But like and subscribe. Check out my other videos. The other videos, I promise, are not political. They are pure game reviews, gameplay, martial art tutorials, movie theater reviews, movie reviews, all that stuff. All right. Catch you guys next time.